Hi, we're back today to finish up with our Singer 660 to see if it's going to sew or not. I'm going to turn the time over to Mick, who's going to finish refurbishing and fixing this machine, and then the big surprise will come. Will it sew? We'll see. Stay tuned.
Hello again, this is Mick, the Irishman with the accent. Today we are going to look at the Singer sewing machine, number 66, okay? In order to take it out of its storage case, it's very simple. We just lift this lid from right to left. That's your workbench. Lift off the front part towards you. Just grab the machine by the top arm. Lift it up. Put down the front, put the machine back in place, and she's ready to go to sew. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the Singer sewing machine number 66, and we're just going to tilt it backwards like this, and underneath we have the mechanism that moves the needle up and down and turns the bobbin around and around. So if I turn the wheel like this, you can see the actual movement of the parts. So today we just want to clean out some lint from the bobbin area, just like that. Get some lint. It's not a dry area, so that we can just brush off whatever loose threads are there. And when we have it cleaned off, there's just a couple of points that we need to oil, and it's basically the moving part. So wherever you have a moving part, like here and here, just a little drop does a lot of work. You don't want to put too much on it, and just a little bit in around the bobbin area that moves around from right to left like that. And as you're oiling, you can just keep moving the wheel. We move over to the right side and put a little bit there, a little bit on top here, a little bit inside there. That's basically all we have to do. Just run the wheel a little bit, let it sink in, clean off any little bits of dust, dry off any excess oil that may be on it. And we're using the basic sewing machine oil, which is a much thinner version than other oils that you would be using on door hinges and stuff. So now that that's all done, cleaned out nice and perfect, just grab the machine and put it back down on top of the yoke. And remember, we have to connect the leather strap when we're done. The leather belt down to the band wheel here, this big wheel on the right, they're both connected by this leather strap or leather band or whatever you want to call it. It's made of leather. It's adjustable. So here's where the two parts meet. It comes in like 36 inches long, and inside here is just a staple where you can actually open a bit of tape here. And if it's too loose, you can just take a small piece off the bottom of it and reinsert the staple and tape it back up again so it runs smoothly. So the wheel is connected to the wheel on top, and on front of the wheel we have just a basic piece of a wheel guard, like a guard on a saw. And this part here is called the dress guard, which protects people's clothing back in the day when they were wearing long outfits. This protected their clothing from getting caught into the wheel when it was turning. And on the bottom then we have the actual treadle itself, which is connected to the wheel by this one piece of metal arm, which is called the pitman arm. And the pitman arm basically connects the two together, so when you're moving this with your foot, you're going forward. So you can see that the arm transforms the up and down motion into a circular motion, and therefore turns the wheel that engages the strap that turns the wheel on top, which in turn moves your needle up and down, moves your bobbin around, and moves your feed dogs all at the same time. Longer is to the right.
longer is to the right?
It's almost fully to the right. There's only like a quarter turn on it, you know? And I don't know if that makes any difference because it's a straight stitch machine.
Yeah.
You know? That's completely to the right now. Just try that and see how it goes.
Okay.
You're doing great.
Well, I'm not sure I'm doing great, but I'm doing. How's that? Okay. The thing that I could use, and I'm going to have to put it on this machine, is I'm going to have to put down some sort of a marking plate. Because this is a wing and a prayer.
Yeah.
See, that's not a 1/4 inch.
Between top and bottom. What do you mean? The foot?
See how narrow, this is a zipper foot.
Yeah.
So see how narrow that is?
Yeah.
From there to where you sew is not a 1/4 inch. So I know that it's got to be about right there for a 1/4 inch.
To catch it.
But I'm just winging it.
Okay, it's up.
Okay, so I move this
Hang on.
forward.
Okay.
Here goes the test. Bought this machine over 40 years ago at an antique store, and I only really wanted that for the cabinet. But then there came a day when I wanted to see if it sewed. So I had a good friend come and help me and fix it up. But now the real test is here. Will it sew? Will it give me functional sewing service? So stay with me. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh, my. Isn't that the best? Should have had my scissors, but I'm looking at that stitch, and that looks really good. And then, oh, that looks even better. That coming up from the bobbin is really, really nice. So those are joining nicely together. And the stitch here is holding really well. It's not loose, it's just the right tightness. I'd say that's as perfect as it gets. That's as good as all the other machines that I own. So, does it work? You better believe it works. Yippee skippy! Woo!